But I'm not drinking orange espresso because it's early in the morning. I don't want to drink that. What are you drinking?
I just made like a cold Americano at home because I didn't want to drink orange espresso because it's too cold.
How did you make it? Did you use the Vietnamese thingy?
No, I did that yesterday. That
Okay.
film filter, but I think
Uh,
I'm not doing it correctly. So
or maybe the grind is not correct.
yeah, I think the
That can
grind is
also
not correct.
happen.
That's also yeah.
Yeah. So just get a grinder then so that you can grind your own coffee. We got one from Amazon. It's working fine for now.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm looking so devastated, but
I
that's
know.
okay.
I'm just looking at the difference between first time and second time. We're not drinking the right coffee, and we didn't do any makeup this time.
Yeah. And I have a big ass pimple, dude. Look
No,
at
me
this.
too. I have it on my eyebrow. I can't see
Sure.
it. Yeah, I'm not able to. The feeling
Okay.
I
This
get.
is like right here,
Can't
and
see
it's
it.
the yeah, on the video. If you see me in person, it's fucking big. Okay, I have people at home, carpenters. Sorry.
Oh, it's fine.
That's the real life.
Yeah. Okay. So let's start with the topic.
What's up?
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's start with it. We don't have time today.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, tell me what are we talking about?
I shared you links about the new
Yeah, I saw.
prohibition bill, right? So Karnataka state government um, has, I mean, the draft bill for curbing misinformation is out for the state of Karnataka,
Yeah.
and the way it came out is really funny. Um, uh, like it just got leaked in the public.
Yeah, I saw that link and I was like,
Yeah.
how can a bill which is supposed to be like sacred or whatever get leaked? Like, how did that
So
happen?
this is not that rare a phenomenon. Things get leaked very,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. In
I mean,
fact,
you only hear exam papers leaking in Bihar and UP
yeah, that,
mostly.
yeah. But like last year, a broadcasting policy was leaked, and
Oh, is it?
in fact, it was the third iteration or something like that, and they didn't want to leak it. They had only called select people, like
Hmm.
50 people across India had access to it, and it got leaked. Yeah, it
Wow.
was just crazy, and it apparently they all had a stamp, so you could make out which one leaked it also. ऐसा कुछ भी था, but I don't know that's true,
Oh.
but something like that happened. And then there was so much backlash against that policy that they said
Yeah.
it's not real,
Yeah.
and they came up with a
Okay.
new policy. They're still coming up with a new policy, from what I heard.
Okay. Okay.
So
Hmm.
yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Anyway,
So leaking is like a thing in our country.
in our country,
I wish my exam paper leaked, yaar. Nothing leaked. I wanted my papers to leak.
which paper?
I also studied in UP.
Okay.
Never leaked shit.
Huh. Okay, so our topic is the Karnataka Misinformation bill,
Yes.
and I wanted to discuss it because I wanted us to go through it and just see how it will impact people like us,
Yeah.
right? So, because even though it's for the state of Karnataka, it applies to all of us,
Hmm.
right? I'm
Yeah.
reading it one bit out to you.
Applies it to all of us? Do you mean like something like this can be replicated in other states, or there is a possibility of center releasing something like this?
So the center has already released something like this in the past, which is called the
Hmm.
fact-checking unit. And
Yeah.
the fact-checking unit was introduced by like we discussed last time, right? It was introduced
Yeah.
by one of the IT rules, I think 2022. And Kunal Kamra, the comedian, had filed a case against it, like in the Bombay High Court, and the Bombay High Court put a stay order on it. So
Hmm.
the Indian government currently does not have a fact checking unit, and that fact
Yeah.
checking unit was for social media and all
Hmm.
news, like everything.
Okay.
But this
Hmm.
bill is only for social media.
Yeah.
It's applicable only for social media, and I'll tell you how they've started it. Okay, Section 3 is offense of misinformation, and it says no person outside or inside Karnataka shall communicate or abet the communication or of misinformation to persons in Karnataka if the communication of such statement is prejudicial to blah blah blah. But the point is, if at any point the people of Karnataka are misinformed or have they get such information, then anybody is the culprit, like anybody. So we can also be accused and criminals under
Okay.
this law. Like if we post something and the government of Karnataka thinks it's misinformation and we are spreading fake news, right? So yeah, it's all like it's a very wide. It's got a very wide,
Very vague.
yeah, and very vague.
Very vague.
And they are
I mean,
setting.
how can you blame us? And are they checking the source of it? Is there something like that in the bill?
So they're saying that they will constitute a fake news and social media regulatory authority,
Okay.
which again I think is a problem. Okay, one of them is they have like what 5 members,
Hmm.
and they have to meet twice a month. But anyway, they have 5 members. One of them is a government, like a minister, who will be the
Okay.
chairperson. Two people from legislative assembly and legislative council. Two
Hmm.
people from social media platforms, which is like very vague. I'll get to that. One from IAS.
Okay.
That these are the members.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm finding it very funny that they want to include two people. Like, okay, point number three is two people from social media platforms. I feel the issue with that is they have not defined it the way the government of India has defined it. The government of India has defined social media platform as intermediaries, and
Hmm.
they have separated, like created separation between two types. One is significant social media intermediaries, which are those with more than 50 lakh users, and then there is
Yeah.
less than 50 lakh users. Although in a country like India, it doesn't matter if
Yeah.
50 lakh
True.
users is like the very less for something like India, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, but this just social media platforms. I mean, it's just two representatives. Considering there's so many social media platforms, like our parents use
Yeah.
Facebook and WhatsApp so much,
Still.
right? Like
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
much.
Quite a bit.
Our generation is using like Instagram and WhatsApp and
Twitter,
Twitter, like a
WhatsApp.
lot of Twitter.
Yeah.
And the next generation is using something else completely, right?
I'm sure.
So how do you just say two social media platforms and
True.
how is it applicable throughout?
Yeah.
So yeah, that is one of the
No.
problems.
That is very strange. I mean, I'm just wondering that what if like a regular opinion turns into misinformation, right? If my opinion is not against this, is against or not in line with this five-member body, then it's misinformation, right? It's so subjective. I'll be behind bars or whatever, like it's non-bailable or something, right?
And no, and there's a fine of 10 lakhs.
Oh
You
my
can
God,
be
where
in
will I get the
prison for
money from?
7 years. Yeah, right. And no, I'll tell you,
I'll have to take a loan to pay that 10 lakh
which
rupees.
is why there's so many under trials in India because they can't
Yeah,
pay their bonds.
of
So,
course.
yeah, so the functions, I'll tell you the specific things they have said which are an issue, okay?
Yeah.
Um, you can't post obscene, abusive, anti feminist stuff.
Yeah.
You
What is
can't.
anti-feminist? Please tell me.
Currently, the definition of feminism is only so. Yeah,
Exactly.
just a second.
Like everyone thinks of it differently, right? It's so,
Yeah,
and it's a very umbrella term towards. Okay,
somebody rang the bell. Let me just check.
cool.
Mm, I'm so sorry. I had to stop the recording. My neighbor
It's
came
okay.
uh, to ask about my fridge issues. Anyway, um, so yeah, so we were talking
No,
about feminism.
what is anti-feminism? Correct. And I was saying that it is such a umbrella term towards anything that's rights based that it can be, I don't know, it can be just interpreted in various ways. It's not just about women being, against men, which is the regular narrative that people think. That's exactly not the case. It's very different. So I don't know what anti-feminist and how they're defining it, right?
No, yeah, they haven't obviously defined it, and also it
Yeah.
also says insult to dignity of female on social platforms,
Okay.
which is insult to dignity of female is already a criminal offense if it's on a physical. place, and
Yeah,
a lot of people use that section of the criminal laws to file cases against men, even if it's online. So that
like for
space is,
cyber stalking and all.
yeah, that space is already there. I mean, because we didn't have specific provisions for online stuff, we were already using those provisions. So now there's a separate one just for Karnataka. Anybody insults somebody or whatever does something to dignity of a woman, and somebody in Karnataka gets to know or
Hmm.
even sees it, they can
Okay.
take it
Report
again.
it.
They can report it. Yeah.
I mean, that ways, I think there should be a separate thing for social media because cyber stalking, cyber crime, and phishing, and all of that is such a big thing right now. And obviously, women are being trapped in that space also. So there should be something very different from the physical space because most physical is now translating into the online world, like we discussed last time. So I think having something like this is good, but in this way and format, I don't know if it's gonna work.
Okay, so just read, huh? What are the functions of this authority?
Okay.
In
This is the
short,
five member authority.
five, 7 member actually. I just
Okay.
counted 4 or 5, but there were like 2 member here, 2 member there.
Okay, okay.
So, ensure complete ban on promotion and spread of fake news on social media platform. Okay. Now they decide
Okay.
what is
What is
fake
fake?
news and whatever.
Yeah, right.
And ensure complete ban. Then ensure, and it's not like by a court order. This authority, whoever they
Can
are, can
just do
decide.
it.
Yeah.
So what do? They go to like the social media platform and then they ban it.
They will probably send them an email or whatever, and then tell
Oh,
them
okay.
ban it, something like that. And then ensure prohibition of posting content which is obscene, anti-feminist, whatever that I just told you.
Hmm.
And prohibit public, you will love this, prohibit publication of content amounting to disrespect of Sanatan symbols
What
and
is a Sanatan?
beliefs on social, I don't know, I wouldn't know.
I am very surprised that they've said Sanatan symbol.
And this
Like
has come
what?
from Congress, and this is one of the things they copied from the other bill, the BJP bill.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The BJP bill.
Yeah,
So basically, they are trying soft Hinduism so that people get influenced and accept this bill because what is Sanatan symbol? Om and all of that. What is it?
plastic.
Swastik
Yeah,
and
yeah,
Trishul of and then Shank, like in very colloquial word, those things, right? All
yeah.
of that.
And that those that Shiva ka symbol, ling symbol or whatever.
They yeah that and then वो दिवाली पे वो आते हैं ना स्टिकर जो लगाते हैं लक्ष्मी जी के पैर and all that like my mom does
Hmm,
it so those are primarily the Sanatan symbols and maybe a
probably.
kalash and a diya
Yeah,
these things right
yeah. But that's also only promotion of like Hinduism, huh? Only
exactly so
Sanatan, not like
yeah
other religious
exactly
sentiments. Doesn't matter.
yeah so if tomorrow I'm using something like a cross
And
and
I'm abusing, disrespecting a cross, it's okay.
it's okay
Disrespecting Islamic symbols, okay. Disrespecting Jainism, Buddhism, all these
yeah
symbols, okay. Parsi, everything fine. Just Sanatan.
Mm.
And what about the non-Sanatan groups in Hinduism? What about the rest
Exactly.
of us?
I agree. And what about those who don't relate to these symbols?
Yeah.
What about that? I mean, it's our Congress also is becoming soft nationalism, which I've been saying for many years, okay, to people. But they are so nationalist and Hinduist right now that they're not realizing that the issue is not in the leader of that government. It is the ideology that we need to understand. But that's a separate topic, which I
Yeah.
don't know what to do about our country. But yeah, this Sanatan Dharma is just whatever, to be honest. And then you are disrespecting others. Like where are we showing diversity that our country represents? I don't know.
Now, listen, it gets worse, okay? Then there
Oh
is the
no.
penalty. Any social media user, if found guilty by the authority, again,
Okay.
not by court order, huh? Not by
Okay.
the police, no investigation, if found
Okay.
guilty by the authority for posting fake news on social media platform, they shall be punished with imprisonment, which will extend up to 7 years, and fine up to 10 lakhs or both.
Wow, this authority is gonna mint money, I'm telling you.
I think that is the intention at this point.
Looks like that because I also want to be on this authority to mint money.
Mm.
What is this? Where is the court order? Where is the investigation? Where is the FIR? Like, what is happening?
Okay, no. So now they're saying that, but it's very interesting. In penalty, they say that if found guilty by the authority, and then there's a next clause that talks about special courts and setting up a special court just to try misinformation.
अच्छा स्पेशल कोर्ट हमारे केसेस ही खत्म नहीं हो रहे they want to set up another special court where will the judges come from who's going to investigate
It's a very, like, they've given a lot of powers, they've put a lot of things
yeah
in this
correct
in this bill, and none of it, like, it's still not enough to make it into a concrete law. The intention is some, okay, let's not even discuss the intention. The
yeah
intention is different, but the way they've drafted it also is like really, I don't know.
I mean, did they follow democratic processes to do it? First question. I don't think so. They did that, right? Where it was just launched, were there discussions, debates around it? Did people from different walks of life come and talk about it? Like, did any of that happen? Or
So
lawyers
actually,
and all of
it's
that?
a bill. It's not an act yet. So
Sure,
it's
but
not
I
in
think we should
place.
do that. Yeah, but
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
bill also, we should do that, right?
In
I
fact, yeah,
mean,
yeah, yeah. They should actually let it out for a public consultation, which they have
exactly.
not.
Yeah.
And at least as far as I know, they have not. And they were trying to table it in the assembly, Karnataka Assembly
Okay.
or cabinet, and it didn't happen.
Okay.
So now the bill is just online.
And so if it's not in the assembly, can it then just, but it won't be passed, right? Unless it is up for discussion in the assembly.
There have been instances in the past with our government that
Of
they just,
course,
yeah. So,
like the 370 was scrapped.
yeah, so it
So
can get passed, but honestly, it should be open for consultation, at
I
least.
agree. Yeah. Oh my God, it's not that. I just feel that due processes and if you are not following due processes, one, two, if you are making it so vague, then it is up for interpretation to anyone, and then that's going to just result into serious false claims also, right? Like today, if I put something and I think that it's an opinion or whatever, people can just say that this is fake news or false claim, and then I'll be under threat or under whatever scrutiny and put behind the bars. And then what is going to happen to our journalists, our investigative journalists, who are the people who are bringing out most news, like how Gauri Lankesh was shot, right? Because she was putting so much on the media and social media platforms. Then, I mean, we are threatening all of that with something like this.
Yeah, so the thing is, okay, it will be selective. It is what they decide what is misinformation and what is fake,
Hmm.
right? As long as it's somebody in Karnataka can see it and
Hmm.
decide, they can file a complaint or something about it. They
Hmm.
probably file a complaint with an authority, could be the
Hmm.
authority they have mentioned in the bill, and then it will go through some special court situation where it will go through
Hmm.
the trial of a special court. But the
Okay.
final authority is still with the authority that they
Yeah,
have
and that
said.
authority, it is their discretion, their ideology, their opinion, their belief system, all of that, right?
Yeah, so it's very
Which we are
selective.
discounting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it's extremely selective. And I mean, somebody sitting in, for example, out of India, they write
yeah.
something, then would it be applicable to them as well?
I mean, if someone in Karnataka sees it, maybe yes.
Yeah, right. That is so.
So I want to go to Karnataka and see what Trump is writing and then file a case. Can I allow
Yeah, that
that?
is a good way to go around it, I think. If this bill gets passed, maybe this is a good way to.
This is the only way we should do it. Whatever we want to report, we take a flight, go to Bangalore, say, oh, I saw it, and please report it. increase our expenditures in life.
Yeah, imagine flying to Bangalore every time there's an issue on social media and filing a complaint.
Yeah, that will be fun.
Yeah.
So,
So, I think we just started making fun of it, which like,
yeah, which is hilarious, I know. No,
yeah.
but okay, let's come back and like probably uh from the perspective of law and all of that, how do you think this is going to impact A, and to what should have been done instead?
So, like I was saying last time, something like this on social media, like I said, we
Hmm.
should just ban it, right? That's what I said
Yeah.
last time. Here you see they are trying to ban it, and it's not
Yeah.
making sense. Clearly, my solution was useless last time, right? Um,
We cannot ban Savi. You
we
need to
cannot
decide
ban.
what to
The
do.
thing is, we should not be regulating in such a way that it's not making sense to people also, right? Because it's going to
Yeah.
impact, again, how do you account for diversity?
Correct.
How do you
Yeah.
account for intersectionality and like different regions of the country, right?
Agree.
Me
Agree.
sitting, I mean, see, both of us end up relating on a lot of things because of our backgrounds, right? Like,
Yeah.
but there's so many people who are not like us, and there's so many people we don't
True.
relate to. How do you account for that?
Yeah.
And it's just a seven-member authority who will be,
Yeah.
how do they account for all of it, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
also they cannot, maybe suppose you have an issue with misinformation or fake news online.
Hmm.
What do? You put a poll online and like everybody votes, is it fake, is it not fake, um
Yeah.
is it against
True.
the modesty of a woman? If it's more than 51%, that person goes to jail. Like, we can't do that, right?
We are playing with people's lives.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that is true. I agree. I agree. And also, I feel that on an ongoing basis, it is going to really impact people in a way that they'll only be functioning with fear, which, anyways, right now, a lot of people in our country do have who do not align with certain ideologies. But something like this is just going to instill a lot of fear in people before sharing anything. It'll, we are just curbing and cutting discourse dialogue, which democracy represents, right? It's not going to happen. And people will be fearful of putting anything online, or on WhatsApp or whatever social media groups that they have identified. So we will only, then the algorithm will only show us one side of things. We are
Yeah.
not going to see the other side. So all of us and then the coming generations are going to be trained in a way where there's only one single direction or way of thinking, and we'll become like a dictator led country or something. So, I mean, that is my personal fear also. So, and also, how are we regulating this is definitely something, but how are we accounting for people who have started using smartphones in remote places in our country? Because I travel to a lot of remote locations, right? And people are using social media like Instagram, WhatsApp, but they are sharing news like प्याज खाने से कैंसर हो जाता है. And they are like so new to all of this, and they are believing in it. What about that? They don't know when to report, how to report, what to report. They will not even reach this bill that is being up for discussion or in our conversation. What about that percentage of people? We are not accounting for that also. So how is this act bill, a obviously, like you said, how it's not looking at the diversity of our country? Two, how is it accounting for intersectionality, like you said, but also people who are very remote or are in the rural parts of the country? How are we accounting for their safety? If, let's say, this bill has to be introduced or whatever, what about them? How are we understanding where they are coming from? I think both of that, all that is not happening with something like this. So
Yeah, yeah. I mean, imagine a man or a woman, a person in a remote village somewhere who
yeah,
doesn't, who has reposted something on Twitter or Instagram or Facebook
right,
or
right.
whatever, and somebody in Karnataka saw the repost,
Yeah.
right? They don't, this person in the remote village, call them ABCD. ABCD doesn't know how to make their profile private and whatnot, doesn't know
Sure.
much, but has
Yeah.
done something. Or maybe even if they've done something unknowingly or knowingly, they believe it's true
Correct. That's exactly
because
what.
that's,
Yeah.
yeah, they believe it's true. And then somebody in Karnataka thinks this is fake information or misinformation or whatever and decides to file a complaint against them. How do you get that person from there to here? It was so difficult to get Kunal Kamra from Tamil Nadu to Mumbai, right? I mean, Kunal Kamra had the access and the means
Yeah.
to stay the order, to stay the
Yeah.
bail thing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But it doesn't apply. How will that person who doesn't have the access to something like this, how do they deal with something like that?
Yeah. And how do you go get them? Like तुम बोलोगे पुलिस को लेकर आओ. Police has 500 things which they're not
No,
doing
no, if
already.
it's important or whatever, then police
Then
will
the
do it.
seven members of the authority will go in.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what a horrific bill this is. Why? So, Javi, what are you lawyers doing? Come on.
Lawyers don't come up with bills, we fight against it.
So
Like
fight
we
against
come
it.
up with loopholes and we fight against. But like, see, there is no consultation. I mean, I know there's. I just read while talking to you. I just read that the minister who had introduced the bill
Hmm.
to the cabinet said that there will be consultation.
Okay.
So hopefully there will be. But
Okay, that's good.
yeah, but irrespective, they have to then listen to the consultation, right? They don't
True.
always listen to consultation. There
Yeah.
was so much consultation against the Digital Data Protection Act. What has happened?
Yeah,
We're still
that's
trying to
true.
figure out the rules and
Hmm.
stuff. So
Mean that seven-member authority will say we don't like this consultation. So that
uh,
can
I think
happen.
I think Sunday morning is not the right time to be discussing these things because we are not like serious about it.
We are very serious. We are just making it light. Otherwise, we'll be behind bars paying 10 lakh rupees.
And if I say something, if either of us says something incorrect right now about the bill,
Yeah,
because
exactly.
we are still figuring it out.
Correct.
Um, Tomorrow they can, and if the bill becomes an act tomorrow, we can like be charged again under
Shit.
this bill only for
Shit.
saying misinformation or whatever.
So, Avi, let's start saving money. No more copies. Oh my God. Yeah, no, no, but honestly, I think the bill needs more consultation, more reviews, and a lot of background work to account for subjectivity, interpretations, intersectionality, and also defining the most important terms that they're using, like anti-feminism, etc., etc., whatever they're using, and also accounting for diversity. That is something I think are my key takeaways that this needs to happen, and something like this should come from a lens of protecting people and not instilling fear in them in sharing their opinion. So there needs to also be a clear distinction between what is an opinion and what is a fake news or a misinformation. So that distinction also needs to happen. So that's what I think. But what do you think? Like,
I was thinking that a bill like this will not
hmm,
be helpful till the time you also curb fake news by propagated by news channels, which are
yeah,
again, I mean, yeah,
hmm,
they made it social media platform. So even if a news channel is on YouTube, it becomes part of social media, right? But
right,
that doesn't change the fact that there needs to be something specific for them as well because half the nonsense comes from there. Especially
true,
like, I mean, I don't watch obviously South Indian channels and all that because I don't understand the language. But
yeah, me
if
too.
you're watching Hindi based news and even English based news, a lot of it is either not covering the news or if
Yeah,
it is covering the news, it's coming up, it's not covering it properly or like propagating uh, regional religion one-sided narrative,
correct, correct, correct.
right?
The narrative is always one-sided. Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't think this bill will make sense in the long run because it is giving too much
Hmm.
authority to too
To
few
a very
people,
small group of people.
out
Yeah.
of which the educated lot is just one. or
Hmm.
three, like two people are social media representatives, right? So they should be educated-ish, probably, but then they are pro social media, and they
Okay.
ideally are assuming they will be pro free speech. One person is an
Okay.
IAS, the only educated person who's the secretary of the group.
Yeah, but then that IAS,
The
we don't
rest
know
are all
what has ha
politicians.
yeah, but the IAS also, I mean, I don't trust them. Matlab, they ratto and give exam, and then their ideology will probably be aligned with the
That's a
other
different,
politicians.
yeah, and also I feel like
So,
because of the government they are part, like the government that is in power, they end up supporting that government because of other
exactly.
things. Yeah,
Exactly. So I agree that it does not, that this bill does not make sense, but with the growing age of AI, fake news, misinformation, access to, like, easy access to social media, we do need certain regulations in place to avoid situations which are, which can result into people's lives. Just from that lens, we do need something. How, I don't know, but definitely there is a need to have certain bills or whatever regulations in place. So, yeah, that's
okay,
what I think.
okay.
I mean, otherwise, how do you deal with, let's say, something on AI? Because everyone's using AI right now, right? And AI can feed what people want. So what if they want something which is not real but kind of fake, or however you want to define it? What do you do with that then? Like, I
Yeah,
mean,
I mean,
AI is just feeding you what you want,
yeah,
right?
and the thing is, we're not being able to regulate AI right now, right? So there's no way to
Yeah,
regulate AI right now.
yeah,
In fact, this is something we can talk next time
yeah,
because EU has come up with a AI
yeah,
bill act, I think now. Uh, the United States government has come up with its own policy, and
yeah,
Supreme Court has come up with something how to use AI for the Supreme Court.
right,
I think Tamil
right.
Nadu High Court has also come up with something.
Okay,
So maybe
okay.
that is something we can discuss next time.
We should
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
discuss that.
So it's
Yeah,
all like related, right? These topics, and
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I think I'll just say, Savi, be careful on social media.
I've stopped using. Like I've stopped posting. I forget my password, So like,
I'm also not posting really. Actually, I'll share an incident. So there was, the anti-CA protest was happening, and at that time I was very active in Bombay. We were at Gateway of India protesting and all of that, and I was continuously posting on Twitter, this, that. And then I started receiving threats, and I was like, what the hell?
this was in
And the
2019, no, 2020.
19, yeah,
Yeah, even I went for the protest in. I was in Netherlands that time, no.
yeah,
Even I went for the protest that time in Netherlands, and somebody told me because I'm on an Indian passport, I should not be participating in political
yeah.
things because they can deport me for it. So then I
Deport
stopped
you,
doing it.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
that's what is happening in the US with all these Columbia students.
yeah, yeah,
So, I mean,
yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Where do you share your opinions? So, opinion is free speech. Fake news and misinformation is very different. And both of these have to be understood separately. And then something needs to be defined and devised for it, which I don't know how will it happen, but let's see.
yeah. That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
So, are we done for today? I think this discussion has reached its peak point and we are out of thinking.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and we've made a lot of fun. We should stop, otherwise, we are going to be behind bars in Karnataka, where we won't understand the language of people.
yeah, and they'll say speak in Kannada, and we'll be like,
Yeah, so we'll be dead
yeah,
very soon.
yeah.
So, yeah, cool, okay.
Okay, cool. So nice chatting. Let's
Nice. I
discuss
know.
something else. Like, we can discuss the AI thing next time if
Okay,
you
done.
want.
Let's do that.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Signing off.
Signing off. Orange Espresso.